They had the wisdom, the vision, the courage, and willing to make the sacrifices to move our entire family from Iran and Greece to the United States during uncertain and very turbulent times for our family. I also believe this is essentially an award to honor America and who we all are as Americans. I'm proud to be an Iranian Greek American. My father is Iranian and my mother Greek American. I was born and raised in Isfahan, Iran. Probably haven't heard of that town, but I was born there in 1965 and enjoyed a wonderful childhood there. But like many of my countrymen at the time, I left Iran in 1979 with my family after the revolution. Unfortunately, my father was not allowed to leave the country at that time, so my mother, my three siblings who are also here, Perry, Desi, and Demi, we left Iran and took refuge in Greece, which welcomed us and was a great haven for us and a refuge for us until we were able to get my father out of the country in 1981. After he joined us, we were so fortunate and grateful to be able to emigrate to the United States in 1981. And we've been so blessed and privileged to be here ever since. President Roosevelt, Franklin D. Roosevelt, once said, quote, "Remember, remember always that all of us, and you and I especially, are descended from immigrants and revolutionists." Despite FDR's thoughtful call to remember, I think at times some, not all, but some in our country forget. I firmly believe America is the greatest nation in the world. And at its core, America is a nation of immigrants. And I think everyone in attendance tonight can agree that that is what makes America such an extraordinary nation. As beneficiaries of this great country, we should together celebrate patriotism, and it should be our mission to honor and preserve this diversity and to foster tolerance, respect, brotherhood, and understanding among ethnic groups. Emigrating from Iran and Greece at a young age, I've seen this firsthand, the opportunities this country affords. And while I will always maintain and be proud of my Iranian Hellenic heritage, I'm equally proud of my American identity. My fellow honorees and past recipients of the medal are living testaments that the American dream is very much a reality and alive. So it's our duty as both immigrants and citizens to give back and continue making this dream a reality for everyone and for future beneficiaries. As we all ferry back from this great island tonight, we must take the spirit of tonight with us. And I'd like us to take something one of my favorite presidents, President Abraham Lincoln, said in his last State of the Union address in 1864 after the Civil War. Quote, "I regard our immigrants as one of the replenishing streams appointed by Providence, God, to repair the ravages of internal war and give it strength and health. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you so much for this great honor."
Thank God my dad didn't miss the boat coming over here. I know that. I'm happy on that. Well, what else can I say? I'm not a speech maker like all these guys are. I can't make speeches. And everybody thinks I make up all them sayings I say. I don't make them up. I don't even know I say them myself.
Another great moment on Ellis Island. Now it's my great pleasure to call on our final group of medalists, and before I do that, I'd like to take a moment to to thank the NETCO Board of Directors and our excellent advisory committee. They work with Chairman Casamini to ensure that we find the best and the most deserving candidates for this medal. This year's honorees are truly extraordinary. And I remind you, the medalists, to step forward now as your name is called to receive your medal.
George Claris. Dr. George Claris, United States Customs and Immigration Chief Civil Surgeon, has been helping new Americans with both immigration and their public health needs since 1972. He has helped thousands immigrate to the United States, regardless of their circumstance or religion.
Mike Utley. Mike Utley was paralyzed during an NFL football game in 1991. He has since established the Mike Utley Foundation to provide financial support for research, rehabilitation, and education for spinal cord injuries.
Reverend Cale Ellis. Reverend Cale Ellis is an associate professor of political science and has served Villanova University since 1979. He founded one of the country's first Arab and Islamic studies university programs. Bahram Akradi. Bahram Akradi, founder of Lifetime Fitness, has a great passion for health and nutrition. Lifetime supports muscular dystrophy and ALS, as well as the American Heart Association. Stephen Briganti. Stephen Briganti is president and CEO of the Statue of Liberty Ellis Island Foundation and has overseen renovations on both monuments. Most recently, he is credited with the $20 million expansion of the Peopling of America Center on Ellis Island.
Charles Panagian. Charles Panagian is a singer and philanthropist. He, along with his wife Grace, supports the Eye Care Project, the Tree Project, and helped rebuild schools after the 1988 earthquake in Armenia. Tony Orlando. Tony Orlando is a singer, actor, and author. He has been nominated for 3 Grammys and received 3 American Music Awards, as well as 2 People's Choice Awards. His recording of Tie a Yellow Ribbon Round the Old Oak Tree has become an anthem of homecoming for our servicemen and women.
Jeanette Sarkisian Wagner. Jeanette Sarkisian Wagner is the Vice Chairman Emerita of the Estee Lauder Companies. Her career spanned marketing and senior management on both domestic and international fronts. She was the first female senior editor at the Saturday Evening Post.
Joshua Laird. Joshua Laird is Commissioner of the National Park Service of New York Harbor. He oversees the 10 national parks that surround the Port of New York, covering an area of nearly 27,000 acres and hosting over 12 million annual visitors.
John Wobensmith. John Wobensmith is the Secretary of State for the state of Maryland. A retired senior cryptologic executive, Secretary Wobensmith has over 45 years of experience in the national security field. Andrew Saja. Andrew Saja is the founder of Kcura, a global software company that introduced Relativity, an application that helps the legal community manage and analyze electronic data during litigation investigations. Relativity has 125,000 active users, including the U.S. Department of Justice. Doreen Wool. Doreen Wool is the former executive director of the West Side Campaign Against Hunger. She developed the first customer choice, supermarket-style emergency food pantry that has become a model worldwide. Ambassador James Woolsey. Ambassador James Woolsey is the former director of the CIA as well as chancellor of the Institute of World Politics. He is currently a venture partner with Lux Capital Management.
Rekha Bandari. Dr. Rekha Bandari is a physician specializing in internal medicine, palliative medicine, and geriatrics. She is the Chief Medical Officer of Allure, a group of nursing facilities and rehabilitation centers providing a high standard of care for elderly patients.
Arthur William Zeggendorf. Arthur Zeggendorf is owner, founder, and co-chairman of Zeggendorf Development and co-chairman of Terra Holdings. He has been involved in New York residential real estate development and management since 1981.
Hamed Faridi. Dr. Hamed Faridi leads a global team of scientists and flavor experts at McCormick, responsible for research, product development, and technical services worldwide.
Benjamin Tucker. Benjamin Tucker is the first Deputy Commissioner of the New York City Police Department. He has coordinated and directed research demonstration projects at the Substance Abuse Strategy Initiative at New York University and the Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse at Columbia University.
Tamsin Fidel. Tamsin Fidel is a television journalist and 8-time Emmy Award-winning news anchor on the PIX 11 News. She is an advocate in the fight against breast cancer, working alongside several New York City breast cancer charities.
Alice Torrey. Alice Torrey co-founded with her husband Joe the Joe Torrey Safe at Home Foundation, whose mission is to end the cycle of domestic violence. The foundation currently operates 13 facilities in New York City and Los Angeles.
Wendy Diamond. Wendy Diamond is an American author, reality television personality, and founder of many pet-related businesses. She has raised money for many animal rescue organizations as well as the Coalition for the Homeless.
Our next medalist, Dr. C.L. Max Nikias, is the president of the University of Southern California. Over the course of his career as a researcher and educator, he has earned acclaim for his leadership and his innovation, as well as his commitment to advancing education in the arts and humanities. Dr. Nikias is also internationally known for his pioneering research in sonar, in radar, and biomedicine, several of which have been adopted by the U.S. Department of Defense and in many cutting-edge communication systems worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. C.L. Max Nikias.
Good evening, everyone. I'm truly humbled to be here with you tonight. We stand here upon an island of dreams, tens of millions of individual dreams, which collectively represent the American dream, one of the most powerful and transformative ideas in the history of this planet. 100 million Americans today can directly trace their own American story to this particular parcel of land. All of us here can sense how this setting symbolizes momentous choices in our families' histories. When our families make commitments to move decisively from an old world to an uncertain new one. So my wife, Nikki, and I began our own American journey nearly 4 decades ago. Today, the journey continues as our family has grown. It is always a journey of discovery, allowing all of us to find our truest selves and our truest dreams, our American dreams. America, more than any other nation in history, is defined by democratic ideals of republicanism rather than by blood or race or culture or tradition. These ideals are living realities, constantly allowing us to reinvent ourselves and our world. It is for this reason that hope, confidence, tolerance, and compassion flow forever through the bloodstream of the American spirit. It is for this reason that we can see why America, at times of challenge in the past, has defied and astonished onlookers from other lands. And it is for this reason that we can sense that the American dream will continue to allow us to rediscover ourselves and our brightest future at one of the most uncertain and rapidly changing moments in human history. Thank you. God bless America and the University of Southern California. Thank you.
I feel what that hall meant to the people that gathered there with all the hopes and dreams. And I thought, you know what courage that took, and what underlying belief in their own capabilities, in the resilience of their own spirit, and curiosity. You know, just the array of good people holding all those priceless things in their heart, thinking, for my children, there will be hope and a better life.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated as Captain Michael Szynski leads the retiring of the colors with quite a surprise performance for you by a very special guest.
Unit commanders, bring your units to attention. Detail at the head, up. Units, post. Center!